Hello everyone, my name is Jose. This is my 22 Lowrider S. I did the ST fairing on it. So I just wanted to give my thoughts out before the actual install uh, process of the video begins. A couple of things to look out for. So for sure you're going to feel a big weight difference up front. So just kind of be prepared for that. Another thing is the harness on the 22S is different from the main harness on the ST. So if you're looking for the Roxford Fosgate, unfortunately you can't do it. Personally, for me, I don't really like to blast music on the bike anyway, so it's no big deal. And I just kind of want to give my thoughts on the install before the actual process begins. So the inner fairing was kind of a pain to fit. For whatever reason, one of the bottom corner bolts wasn't working or wasn't wanting to fit up. You just kind of have to like really wiggle it in there. It's hard plastic for the most part. Besides that, I think those were the main points that I wanted to pick up before we went ahead and got started. Oh, the biggest point, sorry. If you have a 21 Lowrider S and below, this is probably not the video for you. This is for 22 and up specifically because the 22 and up have the same neck as the ST. Therefore, this fairing is bolt-on. If you have the 21, you're better off looking at the blockhead video because he goes ahead and breaks down everything that you need to do to be able to fit this up there. Now, of course, please stick around and watch the video. After you figure out how to mount this to your 21 or 20 Lowrider S, it is the exact same thing. But like I said, for the most part, this is 22 specific only because everything is direct bolt-on. I did have to wait about 6 weeks for some of the parts to come in, so just bear with your dealership with that. And besides that, let's let the process begin.
How's it going, guys? My name's Jose. This is my 22 Lowrider S, and we're gonna go ahead and slap on the Lowrider ST fairing. Just a little word of advice: some parts are VIN locked, so you will need either a friend's VIN or get a VIN from somebody. Harley doesn't check if the bike is yours, so I'll just throw that out there. And let's begin. Cool. So I had the bike taken apart prior to starting this video, so if you don't know how to take apart the front end of the Lowrider S, it's pretty simple. A couple bolts and then it pops right out. Anyways, so at the stage where I'm at, the 22 Lowrider S already comes tapped and drilled, so it's ready for the ST fairing. What you're gonna find here is I had these caps that were covering the existing holes, and if you look here, there's two here, 1 and 2, and as you can see, they're already threaded. And then the other hole is right here where the gas tank reaches the neck of the bike, and you'll see the hole right here, and then the other side of the hole is obviously over here. And it comes with this bigger cap. All you need is like a little flathead screwdriver and it pops right out. All right, so like I previously mentioned earlier, we already took off the caps, and that's where the hardware goes to mount the main fairing bracket to the bike. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first hole that goes by the gas tank. So feed it through. Make sure it feeds through to the other side. You might want to wiggle it a little bit. So once you do that, start it with the nut. I'm just gonna leave it hand tight for now. Gonna go ahead and start the other ones, and then we'll move on from there. We got the main bracket tightened down. Yes, I used Loctite. I did it off camera. I know people are gonna give me shit about that. Anyways, so these two tabs go in through the main inner fairing. It can be kind of a pain, but it will get in there. Now there is a side note. I had the bottom fairing support bracket installed prior to this video. I ordered this back on the 25th of February. And I've been waiting about 6 weeks, so what I had in my garage is what I installed prior to this. So, you know, there's gonna be a little jumping back and forth, but for the most part, slides right in. And then what you're gonna do is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then this mounts down to the bracket, and that's how it stays in place. Just a quick side note. So if you have the Lowrider S blinkers on the handlebars, you're gonna have to remove them. I forgot because they hit the top of the main inner fairing. So once you get those out the way, again, like I said, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I forgot to mention the one on the side. There's one on each side, so there's 6 total mounting points to the main bracket. And then we'll go ahead and move on from there. All right, so sorry, I forgot to mention the inner fairing bracket goes on before you actually put on the four bolts that go here. Now mine is going to be a little bit different than the factory one. I do have an LP6 on my Lowrider S. I bought this bracket from Pride Performance. They did not sponsor this or anything. I purchased this on my own. Dimensionally, it's exactly the same. The only difference between the factory and the Pride Performance is this bottom ring right here. It's just to compensate for the extra weight of the LP6. Anyways, go ahead and start your screws, and we're gonna go ahead and bolt it down. See you guys in a bit. All right, so previously I had said that it was only these 4 bolts. That was my mistake, my bad. There is an additional 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, this one is missing. I'm not too happy about the quality control from Harley, but it is what it is. It's one screw. I don't think it's gonna fly off on the freeway or anything. But anyways, this is what I mean by the light. The bracket is different. The LP6 is on, and if you guys want to check it out real quick. So that's the light. I'm gonna keep on moving forward. I got some gaskets to put on and some more fairing clips, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so it's the next day, well, the next night. Just got home from work. Anyways, so yesterday we left off on the main inner fairing install. So we already got the top, the main fairing, the bracket, LP6 light is on. So what I'm gonna move on to next is the air ducts, left and right. The reason why I didn't install them all at once was because apparently when I placed my order, only one was ordered, and honestly I just didn't want to wait and have to go to the dealership again. Ran down to Harbor Freight, picked up some screws. So we're gonna go ahead and install that, and then that should pretty much be it. We should be ready to roll. Alright, so the air ducts are on, and please bear with me, I don't have a cameraman today, it's just me by myself. The next step is to slap on the outer fairing. Another reason why I couldn't mount this on yesterday was because of this LP6 light. So it will not clear the outer fairing when it still has the trim that it comes around. And the trim I'm referring to where the headlight ring bezel has been falling off that everyone's been complaining about. So I have the fairing in my hand. You have to trim it out, and once you have it trimmed out, the fairing's gonna bolt or slip right on through the LP6. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap it on, and see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, the fairing is on. Look at that, man. Looks freaking sick. Like I said, trimming out the ring right there. The LP6 clears. I have fingertip there, fingertip from the bottom, so we're all set to go. Only thing that's left now is the windshield, and that'll pretty much be it, man. And we're just gonna go ahead and alright guys, and we're back. That's it. Windshield's on. Lowrider ST fairing is on the Lowrider S. Check that out, man. So totally doable. You just gotta order the parts, be patient. I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but the longest I waited for the inner main fairing was about 6 weeks. Just want to say thank you to Matt over at Harley Davidson of Glendale. He helped me get all the parts, and I kept calling like every other week because I really wanted this done. But there you go, man. So I know earlier in the video I did mention about installing the lower support bracket prior to ever deciding that I wanted to record the process of slapping the fairing on my Lowrider S. And I just wanted to go over a few things, mainly how to install it, you know, and then what all needs to be done. So this here is the front motor mount off the Lowrider ST. Yes, it is ST specific. The Lowrider S does not have this top part of the bracket because there's no need for those bolt holes. So I believe I paid like 48 bucks shipped to my house from Harley. It's fairly simple to do. No, your engine isn't gonna move or anything. That's what I was freaking out about. But I did some research, looked it up, and you know, you could just remove it, no issues at all. So to do so, there's 2 bolts here. and then there are 2 more down here, 1 and 2. So overall it's pretty easy. The only thing is trying to fit your socket in here is kind of a pain due to the horn. So this right here is an 11/16 I believe bolt. You just go ahead and remove it. This whole assembly starts to give you some play. You have some wiggle room, kind of move it this way, remove this one, move it the other way, remove that one, and then you just put it back on once you're done installing the new bracket. And that's pretty much it. That's how you install the lower support bracket. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Alright, so the ST fairing is on now. Overall it's not too bad. It just takes a little bit of finagling and it'll bolt right up. One thing I did want to mention is my turn signals aren't connected at the moment. Obviously they're supposed to be ran through the fairing. That's how it comes on the ST. The reason why I haven't done that is because this is the inner fairing harness. This here is where the harness that comes from underneath the seat, the backbone, connects to the inside of the fairing. So the Lowrider S does not have this, and those are my turn signals. So I'm gonna figure out a way around that. I have a pretty set idea. Once I figure it out, I'll go ahead and make a video on it and I'll show you guys what I did. This is also worth to mention that if you are planning on running the Rockford Fosgate, you're not going to be able to. You have to pull power from here. Well, you pull power from the battery, you run it through here, it feeds the audio system. Personally for me, I'm okay with that. I have my Cardo for a reason. I just blast my music through my helmet. But if it is something that you are planning on doing and you have the Lowrider S, unfortunately you can't do it unless you decide to replace the main harness that comes from the backbone all the way to the front. Like I said, for me it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it the way it is. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know and I'll try to help out as much as I can. I'll go ahead and add my Instagram to the video so you guys can find me. You guys can DM me, any questions that you may have. Besides that, that's it. It's totally doable, and that's my new to me Lowrider ST.